Welcome to the Maintenance Work Management Process training on Part 2 of Work Identification. This course will go over work identification when converting a work notification to a work order. When you are working through the work management process, always keep in mind that work management works well when you communicate well. What you put in the system will directly affect the processes that come after your work, so be as accurate as you can possibly be when entering data. The objectives for this training are to go over the maintenance work management process, reviewing notifications, validating work requirements, rejecting notifications, and converting a notification to a work order. First, let's review the work management process and the maintenance coordinator role within SAP. Work identification is the first step in an effective work management process, followed by plan and prepare, schedule and coordinate, accomplish work, and finally document. Work identification involves identifying and reporting equipment problems early to minimize the cost of repairs, ensure that repairs are completed, and minimize downtime. Responsibility for work identification rests on all site personnel. Properly monitoring equipment during operation and reporting the first indication of problems results in good, early work identification. The maintenance coordinator will review the notification and convert to a work order. To help further clarify, once the work order is created, the planner takes the information and orders the parts and plans the job. The scheduler then schedules the maintenance crew to complete the repair. The maintenance crew completes the repair work, and the clerk documents the job hours and history. This is why it is so important to choose accurately, because it affects the whole process. So how do you identify work? First, what is the problem? What is the failure, malfunction, or maintenance request? Second is identifying the location of the equipment or failure. Third, how do you report it? This is done by using an SAP PM notification. And finally, why a notification? Because it helps prioritize the work and reduces redundancy. Everyone has responsibility for identifying needs for repair and maintenance and for raising awareness of those needs through a work notification in SAP. However, the primary responsibility for identifying work and creating work notifications lies with the respective area landlords. Therefore, the production organization usually generates most work notifications for an operating area. The maintenance organization initiates work notifications for shop facilities repairs. Notifications for maintenance tasks based on findings and/or recommendations from preventive, predictive actions will be entered by the maintenance organization or reliability organization. The maintenance coordinator is then tasked with reviewing the notifications and creating the work orders. The maintenance coordinator has a very important role. They own the asset care scheduling process. They understand the desires of the production schedule and the windows for maintenance and capital activities to occur. They also understand the production organization job steps, such as decommissioning, lockout, and recommissioning, plus the maintenance and capital work execution steps to ensure integration to minimize cost and production downtime. They also coordinate or negotiate with all stakeholders to attain the best business solution. In addition, the maintenance coordinator adds business value. They coordinate the production requirements with maintenance and engineering organizations' activities and ensures that equipment is available to meet production demands in a way that optimizes total business cost, which includes production downtime, maintenance cost, MRO inventory cost, etc. Let's do a quick review of work notifications and their importance. So why is a well-written notification important? Well, a complete and well-written work notification that includes all the required detailed information contributes to increased accuracy and productivity of work planning, material sourcing, scheduling, work accomplishment, and work documentation. All of these facilitate and enable a stringent reliability program. This is a list of the primary PM notification transaction codes, or T codes. IW21 is used to create a new notification. IW22 is to edit, and IW23 is to view. This is commonly how SAP T codes are created. If they end in 1, it is create, 2, it is edit, and 3 is review. IW28 will change an existing notification, and IW29 will let you view a list of existing notifications. This is a review of the code priority definitions. The important thing to remember is that not all notifications are an emergency. Only select emergency if the problem has caused or will immediately cause an injury or health hazard, a significant decrease in product quality, an environmental violation, or a production shutdown. Urgent should be selected if the work needs to be completed in 72 hours from the creation of the notification. We are now going to review validating work requirements. Once a notification is created and submitted, it is the responsibility of the maintenance coordinator or the shift designee to scan through the work notifications on a daily basis. You will be looking to verify that the notification is complete and accurate, that the priority meets the needs of the area, and the timing meets the needs of the area. The maintenance coordinator or the production designee will review the notification with area operations to ensure that the work will proceed. They will ensure that the scope of work is appropriate and justified, and ensure that the scope will not be superseded by other maintenance work or capital projects. If the work will proceed, then the notification will be edited or corrected, and then turned into the appropriate work order. If the work will not proceed, then the notification shall be rejected. To review a notification, you must first pull it up. Go into SAP. If you happen to know the notification number, go ahead and open SAP and go to transaction code IW22. If you do not know the notification number, which will likely be the case the majority of the time, go to the transaction IW28 by selecting from your list of transactions, or by entering the transaction and clicking the green check or enter on your keyboard. I will go ahead and select IW28 from the list by double-clicking on it. The Change Notification screen will pull up. The first thing you want to do is make sure, under Notification Status, Outstanding and In Process are checked. Next, you will search for the notification. You can enter the notification number if you have it, or search by functional location or equipment. We will search by functional location. Before we go forward, let me review the functional location structure with you. As a review, let's go over the functional location structure. You should have already seen this by now, but if not, these are the basics. Level 1 is the site. For example, Spruance. Level 2 is the unit. So Kevlar in this example. Level 3 is the area, which is recovery. Level 4 is the process, ponds. Level 5 is sub-process, filtration, and Level 6 is the identifier, RV position 7420. Okay, so you will likely want to pull through at least the second level of the functional location. For example, SPR for Spruance and TYV for Tyvek, and then asterisk to pull up everything. I will go ahead and type in SPR-TYV-COM asterisk in the functional location box. Then put in a date range, and you will likely be searching within a 1-week range. This date will be in the past, not the future. You are looking for a notification that has already been put in. You will then click the green check and it will begin the search. This may take a couple of minutes depending upon the number of notifications. A list of notifications will populate. We are looking for notifications that have a system status of a NOPR, notification in process. You may find that you want to change the display columns at some point. To do this, click on the Change Layout button in the second row. Under the Columns tab, you can add and subtract columns to what you're viewing by clicking the arrows between. Let's add something. The left column are the columns currently shown. The right is what you can add to your view. You can change the order or view by moving your columns around on the view by clicking on the up and down arrows above the column section. I will go ahead and add the sub number and move the system status up. Click the green check and the changes will be applied. When you find the notification you want to edit, select it by double-clicking on the notification number. Typically, you will be looking at orders that have a status of NOPR, not in process, NOCO, not complete, or OSNO, outstanding notification. These are all of the status possibilities. Once the notification is open, you need to review and make any needed corrections. You'll be looking at the notification type, title, equipment description, planner group, priority, failure mode, the notification long text to determine if the correct notification type was used, because it cannot be changed, and determine what work type should be created. You will also need to check to make sure the correct work center is associated with the notification. It should populate based on the equipment or functional area. You will verify the priority field and the request start and end dates meet the needs of the area. Once you have finished and made any necessary changes, be sure to save. We will go over in more detail later. Throughout the training, I will point out the opportunity for you to coach or teach the creator of the notification if there were errors found. It is important that you take the time to help, so there will be fewer and fewer edits necessary, and therefore the process will continue to get faster. You should always edit the notification to ensure the information is correct prior to converting to a work order. This will ensure that the information is correct and consistent for both the notification and the work order. If modifications were made to the notification in order to correct the information prior to converting to the work order, you should utilize this as a coaching opportunity to meet with the notification creator and alert them of the changes you made and the importance of accurately filling out the notification. There will be times you need to reject a notification. We will now go through how to do this. Let's start with identifying when a notification should be rejected. 1. When a duplicate notification already exists in the system. 2. If the work is not required. Or 3. If the notification or information is not valid. First, let me pull up a notification for us to work with. If it is determined the request needs to be rejected, click the button to open the system status. Use the page up-down buttons to scroll to the status Rejected and click the green check mark to return to the previous page. You will then go to the description box and enter a brief description of why the notification is being rejected. For example, this notification has been rejected by, and put your name, because it is a duplicate of notification 11111. You should always put the reason and your name. It is important that the text be added before setting for rejection. To close the notification and set the deletion flag, select Maintenance Notification at the very top, then Functions from the drop-down, and then Deletion flag, and Set. Now you will click on the Save button. The status will change from OSNO to NOCO, Notification Complete. Before you hit Save, be sure to add comments in the description field, and you are completely sure you are done. Once you click Save, changes cannot be made to the notification. Notice the system status change. After rejecting a notification, the maintenance coordinator or the shift designee shall consult the notification creator and let them know why it was rejected. This feedback loop is a critical element of the work management process to ensure everyone is informed and updated. Now it is time to convert the notification to a work order. I will open a notification that has been verified and is ready to convert to a work order. Any edits must be done before converting to a work order. We will assume all edits have been made. Now we will click on the Create Work Order button by the order box. You will then enter the desired work order type. You can select the Search button on the right to search for what you need. Change the main work center, if necessary, and click the check mark to proceed. If the PM10 is selected, be sure the priority is not emergency. You will now select the PM activity type. It is important to select the correct maintenance activity because the reliability metrics are pulled from this information. Click on the matchbox bubble. A list of activity types will display. You will make your selection. The most common is 003 repair, but again, it is important to select the appropriate activity type. You will then click the check mark to populate into the work order home screen. Part of completing the work order is to select the revision code. To do this, it is important to understand why they are important. The revision code allows work orders to be segregated and grouped depending on when the work is to be performed. For example, turnaround, TAR work, can be segregated from the daily work and grouped as a separate event. Now you will select the revision. To display the list of revision codes, click on the matchbox bubble beside the entry box. You need to think about when you want the work to be done when selecting the revision. It is important to understand that the planner uses the priority and the revision to schedule and order parts to ensure the work will be done as needed or scheduled. Once you make your selection, click on the check mark to populate into the work order home screen. Before you save, verify that all of the information is accurate and correct on the work order. Once you are certain, click on the Save button to save, exit, and generate a work order number. The message will display at the bottom of the screen, order number saved with notification number and whatever the number is. If you want to see a list of work orders, use IW38. The training is now completed, but I would like to share additional reference information. If you have additional questions or need to contact the training team, reach out to the following individuals. This information can also be found on the DPS site in the Reference Material folder when clicking on the SAP Training button at the top of the page. This is the functional location information we went over previously that can also be found on the DPS site, along with the Commonly Used Tools reference document. Thank you for attending the training and have a great day.